The argument could probably be made that since people in the Netherlands speak Dutch, that Yoda comes from the Netherlands, but since I live in Belgium, Yoda comes from Belgium. Hello everyone and welcome back to Things I Hate About Dutch. And today we are talking about word order. You can see this in the movies whenever they really want to push the fact that, hey, this character is foreign, they'll screw up the order of the words when he speaks because word order is not the same throughout languages, and it's just, why? It's frustrating, and a subscriber commented in the last video that it's always the grammar that doesn't exist in our language that trips us up the most, and we're more willing to just throw it under the bus because we know that, hey, here in this language it works perfectly fine without all these complicated rules, so maybe just get rid of it because it's simpler here. And that's how I feel about word order in Dutch, because it's so confusing. So how is word order different in Dutch than in English? I'm not sure if many English speakers are aware that inversion exists in English because it only exists, as far as I know, with the verb to do and in questions. You invert, do I have to. The verb to do is before the subject, I. That's inversion. Or in the case of Dutch, if you have any type of information that comes at the beginning of the sentence, at the store I saw would be at the store saw I in Dutch. But that's not too complicated because it's just a matter of remembering that information at the beginning, inversion, time at the beginning, inversion, certain conjunctions, inversions. But no, the most difficult part of Dutch, at least for me, is when you have a sentence that has two verbs, because the second verb comes at the end of the sentence. The end. A good example of this would be anything in past perfect tense. Ik heb een broodje geëten. It's literally, I have a sandwich eaten. And eaten comes at the end. And this isn't so difficult when you write because I can remember that the second verb just comes at the end, right? But when you're speaking, my brain, at least for me, is like,
oh hell no! Verbs stick together like glue. No, you say the verb.
And it's like, no brain, the verb comes at the end. And my brain's like,
oh hell no, you say that verb or else.
It's like, brain, the verb comes at the end.
Well, screw you, Kathryn. We're not going to even let you be able to remember the rest of the sentence until you say the verb.
And it's just frustrating because then I have this weird sort of tick that I do where I sort of mumble the second verb so that I can get the other words out and then say the second verb at the end of the sentence because my brain just cannot work with putting the verb at the end of the sentence when I'm speaking because it's like rebelling. Just stop rebelling, brain. As if that isn't difficult enough with inversion and then just putting the second verb at the end of the sentence, if you have compound clauses, depending on the words used depends on how the subjects and the verb interact with one another. So if you say, for example, in Dutch, toen ik jong was, had ik een hond, that literally translates into English, when I young was, had I a dog. Of course, if you turn that all around, you could say, ik had een hond toen ik jong was, which then sort of becomes normal with, I had a dog when I young was. And it's just like, why is it so complicated? Just, yeah. I really don't like that about Dutch because it's one of those things that you just have to get in the habit of using. Like, I don't understand how Belgians do it because they don't even think about it. It's like, bam, it just comes out of the mouth. It's literally magic. Like, you guys are wizards. I can't do it. It's so complicated. I sit there and I actually have to think of the word order because it's just, why? I'm really hoping that there comes a period in time where I'm able to beat my brain into submission and not have to think about the word order, but at least for right now, it just seems like this impossible thing that will never ever happen because the word order is so difficult. That's what I have for you guys this week, and I'd love to hear back from you guys. If you speak Dutch, what do you think about the word order in English? Is it simple or does it sound really weird to you? If you speak another language, is your word order completely different from English or Dutch? And here's a more thought-provoking question. Why do you think all these languages have a different word order? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Just why? Why can't it just be standardized? Life would be so much easier that way. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, family, and strangers on the internet. And I'm being so serious right now. Do it! And if you just can't get enough of me, be sure to stalk the links in my description because hey, I keep a blog, I'm on Twitter, you can follow me on Facebook, and I write companion blog posts that go with the videos so we can continue the conversation there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Tot ziens, mijn appelziens. Something about Dutch. Do I have a Dutch story? I foolishly said that I wanted to work on my Dutch, and my husband suggested that I start reading to our children in Dutch. And it's a good idea, but my brain was like,
I don't actually want to put effort. I would just like for it to happen by magic.